Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Geometry Dash. I'd like to thank my member first, TheRival. If you'd like to become a member and get access to unedited videos, link is in the description. However, today we're going to be continuing and finishing the Forest Gauntlet, which we made progress on last video. This one, right here. Oh boy, we have a demon now. It's starting to get real up in the Forest Gauntlet. So yesterday, well, two things actually happened. So thing one, in the morning, my mom showed me a gift that is part of Christmas, but that arrival had been delayed, and safe to say, I am now in the business of emulation. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I tried Super Mario 64 and it was insanely buggy. But yeah, so that's really cool. And you know, you can load different OSs and ROMs and yada yada. You know how it is. Expected a marginally more intense like drop than this, but okay. Oh, we getting it now? There we go. Whoops. But yeah, so that was cool. That's thing one that happened yesterday. I know, I'm really making sure you guys are immersed and not cognizant of the fact that I'm telling stories. Thing two that happened was, I don't know when the last time it occurred wasn't that long ago, but we had the good old family game night. I got the Wii U set up downstairs, and in particular, we had to get. My mom had ordered a new gamepad charger because the old one went MIA, and yeah, so we got that, and then one of the Wii remotes didn't work, and it was like, oh man, one of the Wii remotes doesn't work, because we actually have 6 people who are down there, and the most on Nintendo Land what we were playing is 5, but my sister super speed drove down to GameStop and like called them on the way there because it was like 1 minute before they closed. It was like, I'm on my way, I'm down the street, and he's like, but we're gonna close. And she's like, please, I beg of you. And then so yeah, she got a remote. Also has a warranty, which, in case you don't know, that's like doing a favor to the GameStop man who had the store open, because you get paid more apparently at GameStop through like every time you sell like a warranty or something. Okay, level's alright. Okay. I've been, as of recent, like going through, watching, deleting, and labeling like some more of them. Dude, when I get like super screamy in the clips, I think they're hilarious. Like there's one where I'm running away from someone with a sword and I just get stuck. Which is really funny to listen back to, because my voice isn't like capable normally of going above this level of like highness. Yippee! That was pretty fun. I like that level. Pedal patch. Yeah, and you are an easy demon. Oh boy, Astrolith by Arglia. It has aura. Yeah, I can't lie to you. Right now, this is kind of crazy. This actually looks like it's in 3D. Okay, now it looks a little more like Geometry Dash. What? What? What does that mean? Oh, one thing about playing Nintendo Land with my family, dude, there are some points where we're playing like, you know, a lot of them are like a 1v4 type thing, and there was only really one where I felt this way, but dude, there was one of those games where like every time we lost, there was like a very clearly like like, why did you do that? Like, you know how in like a lot of video games or like stealth games, you'll have something where like, oh, okay, your player character, let's say your player character is trapped in a room, right? And you need to get out, and there's like 2 enemies like watching the door. If they just stood at that door, you can't get out without getting detected, right? But like, because it's a video game, they just like move away from that door to let you get out, right? That's like what was happening. Like, because there's a Luigi's Mansion game in Nintendo Land where it's 4 hunters versus 1 ghost. And so 2 hunters, using like reasoning, I'm like, okay, my sister is trapped in that room as the ghost. She cannot get out. It is not possible. There's only 1 exit and you guys are blocking it. So they both go in 1 by 1 so that they can get caught and then we lose. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you? And I actually did have, and you know, I was joking around when I did this, and from the reaction from the family, they could tell I was joking around. But like, also with your flashlight in that game mode, you can run out and then you need to get a battery in order to get more. And there was one time where I needed one, and like, they're just picking up batteries for no reason when they're full. They're like, ooh, an item. And I freaking there was one time where I went, "You took my battery!" You know, I like screamed. Sorry, I hiccuped, so my comedic effect was lost. But yeah, I was like, oh, I yelled, "You took my battery!" And then we all died, and it was like good times, you know? It actually was. I don't want to give off the impression like, oh, I had a terrible time. It was awful. I didn't. It was very fun. Oh, I forgot you had to jump. I'm so dumb. All right. I mean, very cool level. And gameplay wise, it was like it was you know, it was. So it took us 50 attempts, and that is the Force Gauntlet done. Let's open this chest. Cool. And yeah, so I mean, that about wraps it up for this one. Next up, in the next video, we would have the Force Gauntlet, which starts with an 8-star. Yikes. But before we go, I'd like to thank my member, TheRival. Your continued support is very much appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.